Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's David Schlotthauer here with another severe weather live stream. Sorry I was not able to cover yesterday's event. It was moderate. I'm aware we had more than 13 tornado reports, but of course I was just so busy with a lot of stuff yesterday. And that's just how it was. So I do apologize if I wasn't here for that event, but at least I am here for today's severe weather event. Hey, I kept my promise. At least I am here as often as I can to track severe weather with you all. So, we do have severe weather going on across Texas right now, and we do have severe weather going on across Mississippi and Alabama. Not a whole lot of activity right now. But what I did want to tell you all is Radar Omega has had a big update recently where now we get radar updates literally every minute. I mean, super frequent updates that we're able to get here. And look at how much more high resolution that actually is. So it makes it more awesome to get the high-res live data as soon as it comes out here on the channel. And we're about to get a new scan in soon, so really cool stuff that Radar Omega has put together. And now they have it differently where they're warning tornado radar indicated hail line size. So it actually gives us the size of the hail that is being indicated on the warning. And we also get other things too, like on a severe thunderstorm warning, it'll even give us now a tornado possible tag on it. Hail up to 1 3/4 inches, golf ball size, wind 60, and damage threat considerable, which is really helpful. Not only that, if we click on a warning, a severe thunderstorm watch, it will let us know now it expires in 5 hours and 59 minutes instead of just 500 something minutes, 600 minutes. It will actually give us the 5 hours, 59 minutes, which is really helpful. So we could actually just say here on the stream, it ends in 5 hours and 58 minutes instead of just saying, oh, it ends in 450 minutes. What is 450 minutes? See? So it makes it easier to actually calculate when it will expire. So we do have a very intense supercell in Brady, Texas right now. And if we go to Echo Tops, big time thunderstorm activity going on here with Echo Tops. With this storm, actually, wait, hold on. Okay, this is it. It was near Brady, Texas, so my radar was off a little bit there. Sorry about that. So Echo Tops with this right now, 52 to 60,000 feet. So some really high Echo Tops with these storms. We also have another storm in Meridian in Texas that has Echo Tops of 60,000 feet right now. Earlier, this had some really high Echo Tops. Earlier, it had Echo Tops of 64,000 feet. This one had almost 70,000 foot Echo Tops. So some really explosive thunderstorms that are taking place right now. Also, another thing that I wanted to show you all that this actually has in it, we actually go over to our lightning thing, we could actually get lightning strike color interval. So if we actually tick that on, this is within the last 30 minutes. So the white X's actually are newer strikes. Okay. And the dark red, that is our oldest strikes within the last 30 minutes. So we can see we have a few new strikes that are occurring with this. We also have a lot of lightning with this other storm over here in near Waco, Texas. But this is where we have that tornado warning right now. If we go to velocity, that's where we have some rotation. It's not particularly strong, but there is enough rotation to warrant that tornado warning right now. So if you're in Lino, Texas, you're going to want to take shelter soon. That is a strong thunderstorm there in the central portion of Texas. And then, of course, we have another storm moving into Waco, Texas. This had a lot of hail on it, or still has a lot of hail tracks on it. That's what these circles are. See these, folks? Actually, if we take off radar, I don't know if turning off the radar, take it away here. Yeah, so see these dots? Those are hail tracks. Those are not hail reports. The diamonds right here, this is a hail report. And this is just a hail marker on NAXRAD history. So if you go actually to this, actually, no, wait. No. If you go to here, and you could actually choose your NAXRAD history. I have it on 2+ inch hail or greater. And you could select the time within the last hour, within the last 3 hours. I like to keep it on the last hour so we can see what these storms have, what the history of that hail is within these storms. And so far, we had a few hail reports in Brady, Texas. One report of hen egg size hail, so that's 2 inches in diameter. We had another one, golf ball size hail, south side of Brady. So got some hail reports coming in there. So now you might hear this. That is a live scan. So this is a new feature. This is a paid extra version of the alpha version of Radar Omega. This is not free for the update. You actually have to go up in here and do subscription add-ons. And then you can purchase the add-ons. As you know, this is the add-on that I have here. Rapid Sweep. And the benefit from having this is, or of having this, I should say, is radar updates every 1 to 2 minutes. So you get actually more rapid updates than the standard version of Radar Omega Radar, where it updates like every 2 to 3 minutes. Here it actually updates much faster than anything else. So if you wait in a little bit here, we're going to get another scan that comes out. And you'll see, once that scan comes out, you'll see a difference with the radar, with the rain, the reflectivity that is shown. So if you're in Lino, Texas, that's where we have a tornado warning at the moment. What's up, Raging Weather? What's up, Lego Train 489? What's up, Butterdog? What's up, Aero Force? Welcome to the stream. Again, we are tracking severe weather right now in Lino, Texas. That's where we have that tornado warning. Today is not a big day for tornadoes, just a 5% risk for tornadoes, but you just never know. We could have one intense tornado here or there, depending on how you look at it. So very soon, we're going to get a new scan here, and you'll see the difference that it actually makes. Should come out here really, really soon. And guess what? We are literally less than 20 days away from the Atlantic hurricane season beginning, which means This will probably be the last severe weather live stream on the YouTube channel as I prep myself to transition into hurricane season. And I thought it would be great to do a stream today with these new updates that the radar has in mind. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I can't wait. We are very close to the hurricane season. Maybe I'll stream one or a severe weather event here and there, but really my channel is going to be really, really dedicated to the season. So you're going to see less of severe weather and severe weather stuff on the channel, and you're going to see a lot more hurricane content coming out in days and weeks to come. Just because, you know, we're not in March anymore. We're not in April. We're in May, and we're almost in mid-May right now. Okay, our audible scan should have come out. Maybe we'll get a new, better way to look at it on this one. So you'll see once the radar updates, you'll see things changing. All right, Raging Weather says it's going to be an average year for the Atlantic. I disagree with that. I so disagree with that. It is going to be busy. It's going to be busy. Some people have said that in my last video that I don't believe that it's going to be a very busy season. You can believe all you want, but I'll tell you, it's going to be busy. It's going to be busy. We did get wind damage report in Mavane in Texas. Large tree branches down by strong winds. Okay, so watch the radar here. Watch how this changes once the sweep. Watch closely. It's coming around. It's coming around. Darn it. You'll see how things change once that sweeps through. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning now for Waco, Texas. Severe thunderstorm warning there. That expires in the next hour and 3 minutes. So it's got a long expiration date on this, or expiration time. You saw 3 trains today? Nice. Okay, watch closely. There it is. You can see the difference as that loops around. Hey, David, I see you're enjoying the live sweep. I like it, too. Oh, and we're good, by the way. Sorry I wasn't able to respond to your DM. It's fine, John. What's up, Brian Track Hurricanes? Yeah, so we got severe weather going on in Waco, Texas right now. In fact, if we look at mesoanalysis, we've got surface base CAPE up to 6,000 joules per kilogram at the moment. So we have a lot of instability that is in progress. And these storms are moving into that environment. And a lot of that instability is being used up, and we can even see it here. Oops. I thought I was sharing my main screen. There we go. Here's all that instability that's in place over southeastern Texas, across Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. 5,000 to 6,000 joules per kilogram of instability in place. When we take a look at our satellite, you can see very intense convection is in progress. Nice, John. So you're more likely available now. And you can see very intense thunderstorms that are in progress. And so we're getting latest updates. So right here in Waco, we got another supercell that is organizing in Malone in Texas. That has a damage threat of being considerable. So a lot of these storms today have baseball, softball size, ping pong size, hail. And we did have a storm report earlier north of Hillsboro with a 4-inch hail report. Actually, 4.5-inch hail report, according to the public in Hill County. 4.5-inch hail report today. Okay, right here near Mayfield in Texas. So that is one of the biggest hailstone reports that we've had in quite a while. And it's coming from this supercell right here. And if we actually go over to the echo tops, you can definitely see why. Really high echo tops, very intense updrafts with these storms. And the ending result is we are getting a lot of hail tracks and a lot of hail reports. And some of these are significant. In fact, by far, today we've probably had more than like 50 hail reports. Yeah, today we've had 80 hail reports, 80, nearly 80, 61 wind reports, and only 2 tornado reports. So a big hail day, that is for sure. And there is the newest scan. Yeah, John, grapefruit size hail. So once again, we have intense thunderstorms. Also, the X's on your screen have different colors. Those are lightning strikes. If you don't like that style, I could actually change it back and just do this. And then it gives us the original. Which actually, they kind of look similar. No, it's actually the John 54 2E hail. So if you're downstream, Austin, Round Rock, Killeen, muggy day today, dew points in the upper 70s, mid 70s, which means the air is very humid, very uncomfortable. 90-degree temperature there. 90-degree air temperature with dew points in the upper 70s. Yeah. Here's a dew point for you. 86 degrees, the dew point being 81. That is a very uncomfortable day in portions of southeastern Texas. What's up, Diana? Welcome, welcome. If you want to share with me on that, Lego Train 489, you can, but I'm live streaming on the severe weather right now. And you can see the newest scan coming out. As it rotates, you'll see. Watch the radar. Newest scan, and there we go. Pretty neat, isn't it? Yeah, so that means when there's a hurricane and it makes landfall or gets close to, we'll be able to bring you all those updates live on the channel. So again, once again, severe thunderstorms in progress in Waco, Texas. We have one tornado warning that expires in 9 minutes. Quarter-size hail. Radar did indicate that. If we go into Mississippi, where we do have some severe thunderstorms here, and these have high echo tops, over 50,000 feet. And that's because there's a lot of energy in the atmosphere. We also have another storm just south of Birmingham in Alabama. And again, dew points here also really high, mid-70s, with temperatures in the upper 80s. Actually, mid to upper 80s, that is. And every radar site has this live sweeper, which is very helpful. And you can see the difference that it makes. So that's a look at that. Really cool stuff. I'll tell you that. Really cool. Let's see, actually, you know what? See if we have any live cameras out. Gosh, it's been a while. I forgot I had this overlay on. This whole entire time. And they're adding cameras all the time to this, so this is neat. So this is one camera. Hopefully they can deploy... Oh, yeah, there's a few cameras down here. There's one in Gulfport. So when there's a hurricane or something, use that camera. Here's another one. Look at how hazy it is. Just kind of muggy. Uncomfortable. Just see the moisture without actually being there is something else. And here's one in Jackson, Oh yeah, that's the one that we were just on. Oh my goodness. We have... Oh, we do have... We do have a couple of chasers. Darn it, those are not stationary cameras. So we're not able to use those. This is a Killeen, Texas camera. So some cool stuff that this really provides. Next year for severe weather, hopefully, fingers crossed, will be 10 times better than this year. This year... I was hoping to do a lot of more live streaming, but it just, yeah. Life got in the way. Hopefully next year, it's going to be a lot more better in severe weather. hurricane season looks good for right now. Fingers crossed that I will be live streaming every landfall, if there is a landfall, and doing live discussions. So, we do got some severe weather going on in Birmingham right now. I haven't covered this area very much, so we will kind of focus more on this for a little bit. So, we got an intense storm that is ongoing over Columbus in Alabama, actually in Mississippi, moving into Alabama. And then we have another storm over here near Calera that is also somewhat organized, that has some supercell structures with it. And this is an environment with a lot of instability. So just keep that in mind. Air temperature 81, dew point 70. So the air is very moist. It is very uncomfortable. A lot of you are probably complaining about how muggy it is today. And that's all the consequence of the Gulf now being more than 2 degrees, 3 degrees warmer than it should be this time of the year. It has really warmed up in a hurry over the last couple of weeks. And that's because the winds have been light over the Gulf. And with the Gulf really warming up in a hurry, that means any tropical system that moves into the Gulf later on this season could explode in intensity. We saw that with Ian. We saw that with Michael. We saw that with Laura. We saw that with very intense hurricanes moving throughout the Gulf of Mexico. And you can just see how moist the air is. Look at just moist. Disgusting. Hazy. Not really clear at all. And that's the consequence of having a lot of moisture. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Lego Trade? I was ready to say that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys got that, but the pinging sound when the radar does its sweep does sound like submarines. It actually does. Yeah. Radar Omega is probably about as good, if not a little bit better than WSV3. And it's cheaper than WSV3. So I actually like this a little bit more better than WSV3. Because you have a lot that you can use with this. I mean, can look at the tropics. So if there's anything with the tropics, Hurricane Hunter stuff, actually, they are conducting missions. They're doing some training missions. Yeah, so this is what you'll actually get, which is really helpful. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool that this program has with it. So, yeah, that's what you can get with the tropics. And you can get their historical data, which is very helpful as well. Go to the Pacific. So there's our latest scan. And as it comes around, you can even see where the beam started. Right here. So yeah, I am all ready and set for hurricane season. I will be doing live discussions as well. I will make more announcements on that. Probably do a community post on it as well. So we got a severe thunderstorm warning for Lino once again. Another one for quarter-size hail. Tornado possible tag on this, and this expires within the next hour. And at the moment, we have no tornado warnings, just severe thunderstorm warnings. We have a couple of storm chasers out on this as we speak. You all are quiet in the chat. How's everyone doing? We got to get the chat more interactive here. So we can see, here comes the beam. It's coming around. It's coming around. And there's the latest scan. So yeah, if you're tuning in just now, this is in Texas. At the moment, we had a lot of hail reports today. Quite the hailer in Texas, with some hailstones reaching 3 to 5 inches in diameter. So we've had some huge hail and, of course, some strong winds. I mean, especially right here, big time hail reports. 3 inches, 1 to 4 inches in diameter. So definitely the hail day. And we're still getting that hail, these hail reports in. Still up to 82 hail reports at the moment from the Storm Prediction Center. But yeah, quite the active day. Also, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, because hurricane season is around the corner. And you'll notice in the next week or so, in the next couple of weeks, you'll notice a turn towards more tropical stuff and less of the whole severe weather ordeal. Unless we have a moderate risk of severe weather, then we'll talk about that with if and when that actually happens, you know. So, yeah. We're going to keep an eye on this. So, yeah, some new updates to Radar Omega. But one of them, you must have a subscription. The Rapid Sweep. And hence its name, Rapid means rapid updates, and it's a sweep you get. It's like an additional $8 or $9, $10 add-on. Actually, no, wait, it might be more. Okay, Lego Train, yes. Gryphon's name story. Oh, by the way, Lego Train 489, have you watched Practical Engineering before on YouTube? What's up, Diana, once again? Anything near Austin, Texas? Nothing very close to Austin, Texas right now. But we do have a severe thunderstorm in Lino, Texas, with a tornado possible tag on it. And those echo tops are very high still. Within this area of higher instability, we have echo tops over 55,000 feet. Yeah, Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Florence were bad storms. Absolutely. I can name a lot more. Matthew got close. Dorian was bad. And we had a Cat 5 hurricane last year, so chances of a Cat 5 this year are certainly possible. Are definitely a possibility. This air conditioner feels great. I love it. I love my air conditioner. Feels great. So we do have a developing, looks like to be a developing supercell. Oh gosh, yeah. Very intense winds over Lime City right now, where we do have velocities almost near 80 miles an hour. That is a very strong outflow. You could even see it right here as well. We go over to our pin. We can see the outflow. This outflow channel, this shelf cloud kind of thing, where we have straight line winds. Probably 70, 80 miles an hour easily with that. My mom lives in northeast Austin. Is there still large hail? There's definitely the possibility for some large hail into the overnight hours. But once the sun sets, depending on how the atmosphere behaves, once the sun sets, we get some decoupling. Storms will likely be elevated, and that could present a risk for some really large hail. I don't know. Okay, you have heard of Practical Engineering, Lego Train. He has a short series on trains. How train tracks work, why train tracks are the shape they are, how do railroad crossings work. I think that would interest you a lot. Why are train wheels the shape that they are? Why do they have flanges? You can learn a lot from that. But yeah, we're tracking severe weather here. If you guys are new to the stream, consider sharing, liking, and subscribing. And also checking out the Discord server. We do have a Discord server. If y'all want to participate in that. Is Texas going to see more flooding? Over the next couple of weeks, there is certainly a possibility that flooding could be a thing. So let's take a look at the... Yeah, allergies are a problem again today. So yeah, there is certainly a possibility. Man, if the GFS comes to be correct, might be a lot of rainfall. in a 10-day period. Let's actually take a look at that. Possibly a foot of rain on the GFS model for Mississippi, Louisiana, maybe 8 inches. Portions of Texas down here, 8 or 9 inches of rain. So quite a bit of moisture. We look at the European model. Let's go to the 12Z run, because that will give us very different with its projected rainfall totals, but more down here across, say, the Gulf Coast, where you might see 7 or 8 inches of rainfall. Portions of Louisiana, maybe 4 inches. Some areas here in Florida, maybe, or Texas, 3 to 5 inches of rainfall. So yeah, there is a lot more rainfall on the way. Did you hear about the tornado in Georgia? No, I didn't. I could look that up right now. There were 2 tornadoes today in Georgia. Trees and power lines down across portions of Plainfield near Plainfield, per photos provided by media. And then we got a trained weather spotter earlier reported a tornado on the ground near the intersection of Georgia 19 and Camp Road. So yeah, just a couple of tornadoes today. But yesterday, there was a lot of wind reports. Yesterday was a very active day, and I am so sorry I was not able to stream that. I don't know if it's a coincidence or what it is, but it seems like every time there's a big severe weather event or an outbreak, I'm working or I'm busy with something. But when there isn't something big going on, I seem to be more available. I don't get it. I just don't get it at all. David, did you know that one of the biggest train yards is in Waycross, Georgia? Never knew that. I never knew that. So, Waco, Texas right now, definitely getting some action with heavy rain and some wind. We go to our velocities here, especially right here. Very intense bout of wind on the velocity here. This is very, very impressive. This whole area is where we're seeing inbound velocities, where we are seeing winds doing this. They're coming in out of the northwest and the north at like 60 plus miles an hour. That's enough to do some damage. That's enough to really blow down trees and power lines. And that's headed right towards Moffett. And there is our latest scan. Looks like our velocities have come up a little bit, in that range of 60 to 70 miles an hour still. So Whitston, you need to take shelter, because there is a bout of strong winds with that outflow channeling. We got more wind up over here near Marlin, potentially destructive as well. 60 plus mile an hour winds on that storm. So yeah, Waco, Texas, Groesbeck, Thornton, downstream of this definitely need to take shelter. We got 3 storm chasers together in one spot in McGregor in Texas. So yeah, definitely some active weather today. And that is no surprise, given we go to the full screen and look at satellite. We can definitely see, look at these storms exploding right here. Just blowing up right now. Really, really blowing up. And that's where there's a lot of instability. Look how hazy that air is. Pretty disgusting, if you think about it. And that is where these echo tops of great heights are coming from. I mean, we are seeing echo tops with some of these at 60,000 feet right now. So some really, really intense rain. What's up, Chase, Daniel? What's up, it's Jeffy Roblox. How are you doing? Which, by the way, Daniel, looks like Radar Omega has gotten a 2024 upgrade with the sweep and sound. David, it's been so hazy where I live. It's been so gross the past few days. Yep. Blame the dew points of being so high, the humidity there. I knew it's been hazy there. It's on satellite. It's pretty disgusting. I mean, you can see it on satellite here. You really just make out how dirty the air is. That's moisture. So, yeah. Cousin Eddie, it's a submarine. Everyone is saying, a few people are saying it's a submarine. It is. It is. And it makes sense, right? Or Doppler radar. It's kind of like a submarine scanning for stuff. I haven't seen it this bad in so long. Like, I can't even see the blue skies. Yeah. Yeah, that's gross. That is gross. That's actually disgusting. That gives you an idea. And you're in Houston, so dew points there are in the upper 70s, low 80s. And air temperatures are in the mid 80s. So it's very uncomfortable there. Boy, big RFD surge. Straight line winds with this. Oh gosh, yeah. Look how intense that is. We're definitely seeing 80-mile-an-hour velocities on this. Significant winds. Alex Baller, please don't even start. This is not a moderate risk, my guy. This is just an enhanced risk of severe weather. I don't know where you're getting the word moderate from, but there's no moderate risk today. Remember, it's all based on coverage, not intensity. Roy Gaze. Roy, you're up over here, right? So for your area, you're not going to likely get any more rain. You're on the backside of this storm already. You had the activity this morning. I'm glad I don't live where there's humidity. Same here. It's not bad here, actually. Right now, outside my house, it is, let's take a look. Outside my doorstep, it is 86 degrees, and the dew point is 44 degrees right now, and the humidity is 23%. So air is really, really dry today. No humidity whatsoever. Looks like we got storms coming in really soon here. What's up, Atlanta, Georgia? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. The haze is so bad we can't see our backyard dog. That's how bad it is. It's either raining very hard there or there's just simply fog. Yeah, definitely some hazy skies here in the Killeen, Texas area. And we got storms that are igniting along this boundary, especially right here. Looks like a decent supercell, but there's a lot of outflow on this. I mean, look at the winds on this. This is just insane. So you're getting winds that are coming in out of the northwesterly direction that are surging outward. Think of this kind of your gust front. That's what you're all seeing. So this is moving into Temple very soon. You're seeing really light winds somewhat, and then this is going to come crashing in. It's going to be really, really windy once it does. It's 49 degrees and 30% humidity and cloudy. Wow. Air is very dry there then. If you hit 1 billion subs, what are you gonna do on your YouTube channel? That's a hilarious question. I'm not even worried about hitting 1 billion subs anytime soon. I don't even... Mr. Beast has not even hit 1 billion subs yet. No one has yet, so I don't think that's even possible. Not even in the weather community, at least. Now, it's possible to hit 1 million subs, but not 1 billion. Remember, there's 8 billion people on Earth. That would be at least like 25% of the population on planet Earth that would have to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, that's not happening. The last week in severe weather has been crazy. I do agree. I absolutely agree. It's been Willy Wonka crazy. I'm actually getting a little bit tired of these severe weather days. I really am. I mean, it's just been day after day after day after day. And boy, ever since early April, it's just, or late March, it's just hooking off like a rocket. You know what? We might have a tornado actually developing. We might have some rotation right here. There is a hook echo. We might need to watch that. That might have a... Gotta see if that gets tornado warned. There is a little bit of a hook echo moving into Troy. And what I mean by a hook echo, I mean this little guy right here. Let's use our black pin. This right here is where our hook echo... See, that's really fat. Let me drop that down. So this is where our hook echo is. So we're getting a big RFD surge on this. And that's why I think we have those storm chasers right on this to see if they actually capture something. Tornado near Prior Lake. There is no tornado warnings at the moment. You're probably playing your game right now. Bama Online, hurricanes are more fun to track than severe weather. To be quite honest, they are more fun to track until they hit something, then they're not so fun to track. But I do agree with you. Severe weather, I don't know. It happens every day, somewhere at some time. It gets boring after a while, I think. It's kind of like when you have your first enhanced risk of severe weather for the season, that's always interesting to people. But when you see a lot more of these enhanced risks of severe weather, it's like, come on now already, end. I mean, I'm sure people are tired of the severe weather by now. Every day this week, we have had it. I mean, Sunday, wasn't it? Sunday was a big risk. Monday was a high risk. Monday was a moderate risk. Monday was high. Tuesday was enhanced. Wednesday was moderate. And today is enhanced. So just every day this week. Yeah, I like tropical weather just because it's, it doesn't happen every day like severe weather, Severe weather happens every day somewhere at some time across the country, whereas tropical weather or storms happen once or twice a week when they form. But they do cost more lives, especially if it's category 2, 3, 4, or 5. Any category, any intensity can do a lot of destruction. That's why next year we'll see about severe weather. I'm thinking about doing something more interesting for severe weather next year. But it just all depends on how things are at the time. You just can't predict more than a month out, or year out, that is. By the way, if you all are interested in joining the Weather Force Discord server, there is a link to the server right there. Yeah, I'm even surprised yesterday went moderate. A lot of moderate risks these days, I'll tell you that right now. Lots of moderate risks. And we had a high risk this year anyways. So, I mean, at least the last 2 years we have had at least one high risk. David, every week is moderate. Yeah, well, at this point, so far it is, Alex Baller. Alex Baller, once again, today is not moderate. I don't know where you see a darn moderate risk of severe weather. I just don't see where you see that. Wow, we have a cluster of supercells moving into Tuscaloosa. That's for sure. Right now at the moment. Dude, there's not even storms in Dallas, brother. And you're saying there's a moderate risk? I mean, come on. Like, we might have a tornado, though, near Coreylanton in Alabama. There's some rotation on that storm right now. So we got to watch that. That's the more organized supercell of the bunch with this cluster that's moving across. And that has the highest echo tops. I mean, 60,000 foot echo tops. That is very high. Very high echo tops. So that's a supercell. BAM online. I don't live anywhere close to the Deep South or Florida. I'm like 3,500 miles away from Florida. That is 3,500 something miles away. So, good luck. Good luck. Gosh, if I had the money, if I had $1 billion, I would probably do it. But that would mean I would have to call in sick for at least a week. And I'm not about to do that. But you know what the best of all is? At least I'm here tracking this for you all. On the hurricanes. You know? It's better to do it away from where the landfall is than, you know, it's better that you do it away than do it at. So I'm fine where I live, I'll tell you. I am perfectly fine. Okay, let's see if this got more organized. Oh, yeah. It's showing some organization right now, that tornado. There is some rotation. Dude, I understand, Alex Baller. But guess what? I have 95% of my family lives in California. So I'm not moving away from my family just to go chase or track hurricanes. I'm sorry, brother. Not doing it. Now, if you want to, that's all on you. If you don't want to live well, I'm sure you don't mind living in Florida. I would probably never live in Florida because it's too muggy, it's humid, it's disgusting. I mean, who wants to live in an environment that is like that? Ugh, I could not stand it. I could not stand it at all. So if you're in Tuscaloosa, if you're in Moundville, if you're in Union, please take shelter. We do have a cluster of supercells that are moving generally towards the east. If we play this through, you'll see this. Nice little outflow boundary there. My glasses are fogging up when I step outside. Jeez Louise. Wow. Gosh. That's disgusting. Oof. You also want to know something else, too? Is sea surface temperatures this year are actually warmer. I know it just kind of move off the topic of severe weather really quickly. Very warm Gulf waters. Compared to last year, this was last year at this time. Take note of this area right in here and also right over here. Greens last year, not so much this year. Definitely warmer by a good margin. That's actually a full 4 to 5 degrees Celsius warmer than this time last year. So the Gulf is already warmer than it has ever been before. I mean, look at the water temperatures off of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. 3 degrees Celsius above normal already. That goes to show you that, oh, yeah, this is going to be a very, 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 very bad hurricane season. If we get anything that moves into the Gulf and it takes full advantage of those water temperatures, it could go the wrong way very quickly. So yeah, a lot of rotation over Carlinton. They should issue a tornado warning on that. I'm really surprised they have not had the guts to doing that. We'll see with this next update. Yeah, might do some. They might. Probably confluent zone. A mini supercell mini rotation. Space engine testing and development site in McGregor just got hit. Oh my gosh. See, let's actually go back over to McGregor. Yeah, they got hit. Yeah, they got hit. They got hit big time. That's a very intense storm, though. The winds were 215, gusts up to over 120. That was strong. Oh, yeah. And sorry to tell you all this. I'm sorry to tell you all this, but with sea surface temperatures at record-breaking territory, that could become the new normal in the future. as our sea surface temperatures are warmer and warmer and warmer. What is that sneeze sound? Oh, that, I guess, is a new radar scan. I don't know why there's two different sounds, but that's crazy to think of. Thank you for picking that up, Chase. So, yeah. Sadly enough, I think we're gonna... This is the season, folks. And I don't like hyping up. I know I got a few not so good comments on my last hurricane seasonal forecast. Like, you're causing hype and fear. This is not going to be a bad season at all. Believe the experts, and I promise you, it's going to be bad. Okay? We have a La Nina developing in the Eastern Pacific. We have a record warm Atlantic. What more can you say that, the season's not going to be very busy? I'll tell you right now, my forecast is nothing close to Penn State University. Pennsylvania State University, they're predicting as much as 33 named storms. That's a little bullish, I think. That's a little on the bullish side. But definitely, I do predict more than 20 named storms. That is a given. That's a given. What's up, Macus Mustard? How are you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. There's a possibility, Bama Online, if hurricanes this year take full advantage of the upper ocean heat content available, we could have some very, very intense, violent hurricanes. Which, by the way, I wanted to see if I can bring it up here. Hold on a second. If I can find the link. I forgot what site it was on. I'm gonna have to... So while we're watching those storms... Let me see if I could find it here. Here we go. I need to bookmark this, actually. So again, those are the storms that we're watching right now. So, I wanted to show you all very quickly, I know this is not related to severe weather, but when you see the European predict up to 16 hurricanes, 13 on average are predicted, but the range of possible, the air forecast is 9 to 16 hurricanes. That's very high as far as that goes. And named storms... You can see 27 named storms potentially on the Euro. Look at this right here. Penn State, 39 up to 39 named storms. Ace points. Here's the ace point forecast. 343 ace points on the Euro for the season. And then 354. This is a personal entity forecast model, by the way. But wow, we're way up there for a very busy. Everything screams busy. Even when we look at the number of named storms, only one forecast that's Weather 2020 predicts 14 and 19 named storms, which is very conservative because everything here is above average. And the overall average is 24 named storms. Okay. And that average is up by one number, by one named storm. So that is very concerning when you think about it. Yeah, if a comet hits the Atlantic Ocean, that could help cool the waters with the consequence of destruction. Last year, August was the quietest year, and once a hits. Well, last year in August was certainly rather quiet, but that doesn't mean, you had Franklin and Adelia at the end. September was very busy. I mean, last year was very awkward. I think this year, we're going to have more major hurricanes. We only had 3 major hurricanes last year. I think we're going to see like 5 or 6 major hurricanes this year. And my prediction, personally, is like 21 to 26 named storms. Believe me, folks, I've been doing this for a while now. This is like my 5th Atlantic hurricane season forecast. I mean, the Saharan dust is very low now. It's going to remain very low in terms of concentrations for a while. All right, from the hurricane season to the severe weather we go. I will be live here for another 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then I've got to get ready for church. Yep, Thursday night, folks. Thursday night. But at least I was able to do some streaming for you all on the channel. But how are you all liking the stream? Let me know what you guys think. But if you're in Rosebud, if you're in Bremond, if you're in Cossie, Thornton, definitely some heavy rain, large hailstones, and if we go to our echo tops, definitely some exploding storms. By the way, echo tops are a measure of how high precipitation is being detected. So our cloud tops could be potentially 65,000 feet high. And so our echo tops here, definitely over 60,000 feet. Lot of energy being released. Lots of energy. And look at down here in Johnson City in Texas, 62,000 foot echo tops. So some very, very, very tall updrafts with these storms that are ongoing today. Really intense storms. And you can see that well indicated on our visible satellite imagery. We actually play this through. You could really see how tall and intense these storms actually are. Definitely overshooting tops. If we go to the Cape, how much energy? Yeah, 6,000 joules of Cape in southern Texas. There's a lot of energy. There is tons and tons of energy. Wow. And that energy is being released in the form of these intense storms. Excuse me. So we have a couple of storms here producing lime size hail. We got even golf ball size hail with some of these storms. Definitely quite the hail tracks that we have today. Which, by the way, we are getting a new scan out right now. So let's see what this actually will show once it rotates all the way around. That storm just got a little more organized in Johnson City. And there we go. So, wow, that outflow boundary is pretty insane. You can definitely see it right here. Insane outflow. We got some rotation on this storm in Horseshoe Bay, near Horseshoe Bay, Johnson City. That's where we have the more intense storm right now. And again, echo tops are ginormous with this storm right now. In fact, if we go to our WS, or we go to our GR2 analyst, we could actually run this through. So let's see. It's that storm right here that has the big hail on it in Cornwall Valley. Actually, no, in Blanco. 3-inch hail marker on that. And yeah, look at that. Yeah, definitely some strong convergence. Oh gosh, yeah. Definitely big hail in that one. Definitely big hail. Yeah, so this is a very tall thunderstorm. Wow. That is 60,000 feet high. So you can definitely see lots of energy being thrown into this system. Lots of convective available thunderstorm juice. Energy needed for thunderstorms. Definitely a lot of it out there. And if we actually scope this down and use... Let's see what we got here. There is definitely some big time hail in that. This is another way of seeing if we have 3, even 4-inch hail in this storm. And right now, what we have is just that. Big hailstones within this. And that goes from about the surface all the way up to 40,000 feet. So that is showing you that we have a very insanity updraft that is in progress. And so what I like to look at is what our hail looks like. So we have now 2 different layers on. So we have like about quarter size hail, maybe a little smaller, and then we got the giant hail, which is inside this storm. So this is another way we can visualize what the storm looks like in 3D without looking at just 2D, which is what we would typically use. There's also another way to view this too, is if we actually do a cross section and we skew this. Actually, let me see if I could take this off. There we go. So we're able to see a little bit better. So we can see echo tops clearly right here are even 70,000 feet, folks. 70,000 feet. And this is where we have our biggest hail, right around the 30,000 foot level mark. Perhaps even Yeah, 40,000 feet. But this is where we have our biggest hail at 20,000 feet right now. That is insane. That is some huge hail. And that's where we are getting our 3-inch hail markers from. And we're getting a lot of past hail markers here of 3.5 to 4 inches in diameter. So this is a big time supercell. And we have echo tops 62,000 feet on this right now. So that is an exploding storm. The other storms also have 60,000 foot echo tops as well. So it's this storm cluster over here. Let's roll this through. It's this storm cluster here that has the 2 to 3 inch hail echo tops, and then there's one supercell down here in particular that has echo tops more than 65,000 feet. And we even have some hail spike being noted on the... Yeah, right here, we have a hail spike here. So, yeah, you better be out of harm's way. That is a mighty supercell. Going into Dripping Springs eventually. Yep, this has now been upgraded to now 2.5 inch hail, tennis ball size hail, and damage threat is considerable. This is moving at 30 miles an hour. And again, tennis ball size hail. And so that is a serious warning right now. Huge hail. Dripping Springs, Austin. Yes, I have family that lives in Austin, and this is headed right towards that area. If we actually play this through, you can see this supercell really growing up, really blowing up. And so this is actually headed towards San Marcos. San Marcos, Kyle, that's going to be a big storm in the next, probably in the next couple of hours or so. That's probably the most intense updraft I've seen in a while. I mean, there's a full area of 60,000 foot echo tops. There's a lot of instability. And that is what happens. Yeah, this storm is interacting with 5,000 joules of cape right now. 5,000 joules of surface-based cape at the moment. And if we actually look this through, actually 6,000 joules. Yeah, 6,000 joules of cape is what we are looking at right now, just downstream of this supercell. So this storm could get a little stronger over Dripping Springs, even over Kyle, is where we have the highest instability in place. What's up, Cheesy Weather? How are you doing? Yeah, 4-inch hail marker on this. 4-inch hail marker on that. So that is a substantial. That is significant. Oh, yeah. Look at all of this right in here. These black colors indicate larger hailstones. So, yeah, Dripping Springs, Kyle, Texas, Johnson City, you're probably getting giant hailstones right now falling from the sky. Probably busting windows, car windshields right now at the moment. And if we actually do a full scope of this, so let's kind of roll this through. Yeah, look at that supercell. Oh my gosh. Look at that updraft right there. Definitely overshooting. Definitely an overshooting top right there. And you just change this by changing of how intense you want the reflectivity to be at that volume. So I like to have 3 distinct colors. So that's basically my hail setup. So we're actually able to see what is going on in that storm. Oh gosh, sunspot. Sunset. Someone just said sunset, but I don't know if you guys have tried this yet. Look at the sun with your solar eclipse glasses on, and I'm going to do that really quick. There is one of the biggest sunspots on the sun right now. So before I forget, I want to look at that really quick. All right. I was able to faintly see the sunspots on the sun. Faintly with my naked eye by using the solar eclipse glasses. I'm using GR2 analysis or analyst to run this. So that's what that is. And that is a very intense supercell. There's also, I use Radar Omega for the most part, but that's a paid subscription on a monthly basis. And if you want to get the sweep, the radar sweep, that also is an add-on subscription as well. Yeah, we had 4-inch hail marker on this earlier. So some huge hail. Think it'll get better. Now, I'm glad you like the stream, Potion Cat. I do appreciate it. So if you're in Austin, Texas, very intense supercell, look at the amount of significant hail markers. This is NACS rad history. NACS rad history. NAXRAD history does a pretty good job at showing us where that history of that supercell. And we can see hail tracks on this storm moving into Franklin, Marquez, Texas, Madisonville, eventually. This storm is very defined, though. Look at that outflow boundary. Super defined. New scan is coming out. Let's see what the new scan shows. See what the new scan shows. Coming into Austin. Here we go. See what it shows. So, once that's done, we're going to get a new update here, but 60,000 foot echo tops. Huge echo tops. Wow. Geez, we have a big hail, lot of hail tracks on this storm in Fayette, in Alabama. Just wanted to go over there really quickly. Definitely 4-inch hail markers on this. 4 of them. So that's a fairly significant supercell. All of this is also moving into Birmingham right now. So if you're in Birmingham southward, you definitely want to be in your safe spot. Moundville, Tuscaloosa, it's 84 degrees, dew point 75 degrees, so the humidity there is insane. And look at all the lightning strikes that we're getting off that storm. So definitely some storms there. And then we have one lonely supercell that has echo tops well over 50,000 feet in Carthage, near Carthage, Mississippi. And if we go further west, Shreveport has their own few of supercells to the south along that boundary. And then, of course, it's all in Texas. It's all in Texas right now. Huge hail. What website are you using? I'm using Radar Omega. Radar Omega. Okay, so you can get Radar Omega. Actually, let me give you all the link. You guys are wondering about that. So Radar Omega is the app. You go to the website here. Now you have to get this off. It's an iPhone kind of thing. Okay, to get the subscription. You cannot get the subscription directly off of Windows. You need to use your mobile phone. You can get desktop access once you subscribe to their service. Okay, so it's not free. There's a price. Also, I use College DuPage and I use the Storm Prediction Center Meso-Analysis as well. Those are free. This is free. This is free. Of course, EarthCam is free. Pivotal Weather is free, but there's a subscription you'll need if you want to use more of their models. Gosh, look at the shockwave on this supercell. Wow. That is really exploding out near Austin. So again, that's Radar Omega. Okay, if you want, you can read about it. If you are interested in getting Radar Omega, I would highly recommend getting it. I'll tell you what, you get a lot. You get the Storm Prediction Center maps. Let's see what else we get here. You can get tropical stuff, wind probabilities, outlooks and discussions from the National Hurricane Center. You can get Hurricane Hunter information. You can see down here, it just popped up. You can get different things off of this. You can go to the Pacific. You can do a lot on this. Then, of course, no, I'm not sponsoring Radar Omega. I'm just telling you what my thoughts are with this. You can get rainfall risks as well. You can get days 4 and 5. So we go to day 4, day 5. You can see there is a slight risk for heavy rainfall. And you can do settings, change the polygon thickness, and then you get to fire danger concerns. There it is right there. Day 2, nothing out. Nothing for dry thunderstorms. And you could even get the drought monitor as well. Look at this. You could even get the drought monitor on this program. Isn't that awesome? You can get the weekly drought monitor without going to a website. And then winter stuff, that's mainly for the winter season, but you can go through everything and see what their forecasts are for the probability of ice or snow. And then Climate Prediction Center, best of all, you can get an idea with what it's going to be like in your area. So the entire United States essentially is going to be warmer than average, more than likely. And then the 8 to 14 day outlook, still the same, above average for the West, not so much cooler weather for much of the nation. Precipitation, though, looking very far above average for the Southeast. So definitely a wet one in the next 6 to 10 days. You can go to the 8 to 14 day forecast and you can see. You can go all the way out to the next 3 months with this bad boy. This is really cool. Temperatures as well. You can get an idea with what it's going to look like. And then that's that. But it gets even better. You can get meso discussions as well. So if we click on this, should pop up. Sometimes there is a bug with this, so may not work. Oh, wait. There we go. It works. You can click on their meso discussion and read more about it. Unless you have a watch overlaid, it might be hard. Then there's a flash flooding possible meso from the Weather Prediction Center. This is a very cool program. I don't lie when I say that. I'm not lying. This is addicting. It's a very good program. And then, of course, you get all of your list of warnings, storm-based. So like severe thunderstorm warnings. Now, you can tick these on and off however you want. I could have flash flood warning on, or I can turn it off. I can go to flash flood watch, turn it on, or turn it off. I don't really pay attention much to flood warnings, so I like to keep those off. And special statement, I might actually tick that on just for the sake of this. And then, oh, I never knew you could have that popped up. That's cool. And you can change your data source. So there's 4 data sources you can choose from. Tropical, same thing. Hurricane warning, tropical storm warning, so on and so forth. Winter weather products, use that. Non-precipitation, high wind watches and stuff. Hydros, and then fire stuff. Everything is all in this program from weather alert settings. So that's that. That's if you have the program, go to the triangle, and then that's where you can choose your warnings. You could even change the alarm as well on how you want to set that up. Personal preference. And then, of course, your data overlay meter settings. You can just show temperatures, detailed display. I like detailed display. That shows the dew point and temperature. And then I just keep it on that. So that's one of the settings. So let's take a look here at what else we got. Marine tools. You can use buoys, tide points. So if you click on this, you can see what the wind speed is going to look like or what the speed is. And then if you click on some of these buoys, you can see tide predictions. So you can even use the chart as well. I'm just discovering this for the first time. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So all you need to do is go to here, this little boat icon, and then you can select your buoys. But I'm going to have those off for now till hurricane season. Then you can do latest analysis. And that pops up with high pressure areas, low pressure areas. That good shenanigans. And that's as of 2 p.m. So that doesn't update live. It takes a few hours. And of course, you can get your local storm reports. You can get your recorded wind, lightning strike data, and everything. Tropical, so on, so forth. Pretty cool. Pretty stinking cool, isn't it? You could even type in the data range as well. What time frame do you want to display the warnings and stuff? Which is very helpful. So that's that. Go to here. Lightning strike interval, color code as well. So if you go strike interval, last 30 minutes, last minute, you can do your interval color. So that's why you see these little X's. So I can change this into the lightning setting, and I can just do that. And now you'll see it has just little lightning icons. But if I want to change that back, I just tick this on, and then you get pluses in different colors, meaning different age of strikes. I like to keep it in the last 30 minutes. And then, of course, your Nax rad history. So if you guys are wondering why you're seeing these circles, these are not hail reports. Hail reports are the diamonds. So I will show you. We can bring one up. Yeah, right here. This diamond near Rio Vista that is in Texas. And there's another one southeast of Covington. That's a hail report. That is an actual spotter hail report. Okay, these are not hail Naxrad history. This, on the other hand, go south here. You can see it. This circle is Naxrad history. It is not an official hail report. Okay? It is not. So if you say, oh, 4-inch hail with this. Oh, 4-inch hail reported. You just click on it, and it will tell you the magnitude and the VIL, virtual integrated liquid, and the time of that analysis based on Doppler radar. Which, by the way, this now has what the heck? Did something just changed in this? Oh no. I'll have to fix it. The warning selection. Okay, I think my radar scope just kind of bugged out here. So that's weird. They actually don't have the hour thing anymore. Oh, that's why. I had it under a different legacy interface. So this is the newer interface right here. So you can see the information. And the hail markers as well. So this has baseball size hail right now. And then almost there. You can get Storm Spotter, Active Spotter layer network. So these dots, see these green dots? These are actual storm spotters, storm chasers that are live right now on their network. So Aaron Doodley is near, say, Round Rock. Whereas, let's see if we have another storm chaser. We have one near Yale, Jaden, near Peyton. He's on this storm right now. He's not live, or maybe he's live. Mike is also active on the network. And then, of course, the most exciting part of this is going to be the power outage map, where you can see power outages in real time. So we can see in Texas, 11,000 people are without power right now. You can go to different states, and they're highlighted from power outage US or something. That's the website. And you're able to bring this color code map up. But there's more to that. You can choose to view state outages or county outages. So which counties are without power the most? So if we click on this, it's not going to work for us because we have an overlay. But if we click on Jasper County, 1,100 people are without power. Versus in portions here, so like this is Anderson County, 9,000 people in South Carolina are without power. Pretty cool, isn't it? Very cool interface. I love. Ever since I got Radar Omega, I cannot get my hands off this program. I just can't. Then, of course, you can see quarry outages, which I'm still figuring out what that means. I've yet to look into that, what that... Maybe it'll tell us. No, it doesn't actually tell us. But I like to use county outages, and you can display the count or percentage. So if you display the percentage, it will just give you, it'll change colors. So if we click on percentage, you can see how the colors up here change. So which means we have 16% of the people in Gilmer County that are without power. Look at this. We have 90% of people in Wheeler County without power, which means almost the entire county is without electricity, which is very concerning to say the least. The whole county is without power. Thank you for tuning in, Chase. So that's the full rundown, and you could actually add custom locations to this program as well, which is awesome. So if you want your location added for future live streams, not going to work today because I'm just doing a little bit of a rundown on this program. Just type it in chat that, hey, I live in Woodlands, Texas. Then all I have to do is add location, set by clicking map. I can click the map, type in the name of the person, so and so, and then voila. We have so-and-so that lives in the Woodlands, which is pretty cool. But, of course, I don't want so-and-so on there anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, click the little gear icon, delete location, and confirm. And it's gone. Perfect, isn't it? Just a very good program to actually put your hands onto. And you can even view live cameras as well. So if you go to the main menu, Cyclone Port Network, Cyclone Port on. You have to click this to display this, and then you could actually do a lot of crazy stuff with this. Device settings, don't worry about that. If you have any issues or support, you can go to their support page or their Twitter and submit a report if you want something to be added in. I would like to see the meso analysis to be added into their map eventually. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so it is shortly before 6 o'clock here. One other thing I wanted to show you all is you can change your animation speed. And if you want to see more frames, so kind of on the side note of this, you could even go in here. This is all self-explanatory, self-preference. When you go to the little screen icon on display settings and then radar settings, you could import your different tables, radar sweep settings. I have this all enabled. But again, the radar sweep thing is a add-on. It does not come with the standard edition of Radar Omega. It is a separate thing you have to pay for on a subscription basis. Okay? So if you want to get the sweep, you have to pay that X amount of money by going to subscriptions, and you can see it's an add-on to the alpha version. I have the alpha, which has the most features that this actually has. But if you want to get 250 frames or whatever 200 frames, that's only available in alpha subscribers of Radar Omega. You don't get the whole thing right off the box. Okay, so different subscriptions. So like if you have the Gamma version, that's the lowest, cheapest version. You're only going to get like 30 or 40 frames of radar data history. And you're actually not going to be able to get the history, this little clock icon where you could actually put in the radar history. So there is some limitations depending on what subscription tier you're on. But it's very cool at the end of the day. Also, you get your models, tropical, hurricane, etc. You name them all. You get satellite data as well. They should add more to this eventually. They'll probably work on doing that. But you can get satellite data, which is really, really cool in itself. I did not realize they actually have severe weather sector 1, so that's very useful. But yeah, very cool program you could actually use. Now, satellite and radar can only be displayed one at a time. You cannot display satellite and radar at the same time. So just for a heads up for those people who are wondering. All right, I think I did really good at covering that. And just in time, it is 5 minutes before 6. I went a little over because I do have church tonight. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. We actually got 130 people that watched this stream at one point. So I want to thank you all for tuning in to today's live stream on the severe weather. I'm sorry, church is very important to me. You want to get to know the Lord personally, right? So it's Thursday, it's church night, and that's my personal religion. That I will have to head off and attend that. So I will be back. The next couple of days are very iffy on the channel. Tomorrow I work, Saturday I work. Actually, I work very early in the morning on Saturday, so I will be off of work by 2 in the afternoon. So I'll probably have a video out by Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow, probably not going to have anything out because I'll just be out of the house for the good part of the day. But anyways, I want to thank you all for tuning in to today's live stream. As always, have a great rest of your day, and we will talk more soon on the tropics. Oh, and actually, before I do head out, I did forget to tell you all, on the 21st, right? I did put that in, right? On May 21st, I will have my final Atlantic hurricane seasonal forecast with the latest numbers, what my thoughts are. We had a few new agencies releasing their numbers out recently, so that's a bit exciting that I will include with my next seasonal forecast. But otherwise, thank you all for watching. Share, like, and subscribe. Be sure to join the Discord server today. It is 100% free. We already got a few new people in there. All right. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. See you guys.